Can New England go 500 and start the year 2-0 versus Seattle after an impressive win that I don't think anybody expected? I definitely didn't because I picked Cincy for my survivor pool. The Patriots didn't look horrible. They didn't. So are you buying or selling that?
I'm going to say this, albeit I agree that I was very surprised, and it's not completely out of their own possibility. I'm going to sell this one, Hunter. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to sell it not to the fault of the Patriots, but to what the Seahawks did, right? To what the Seahawks did week one. Now, this Seahawks defense, let's go over what we're looking at here right now. And again, hand up, it's only week one, right? A lot is subject to change. But after week one, we witnessed the Seahawks defense where Julian Love is the highest graded safety in the league via PFF at a 93.4. Rayshawn Jenkins is at a 96.3, 12th out of 74 safeties. We have Jerome Baker at an 80 overall grade, 10th out of 74 linebackers, and then Tyrell Dodson at a 75.1, 21st out of 74 linebackers. Listen to this. This is where you get even crazier.
Okay.
So Tariq Woolen, 4th out of 94 corners in terms of grading. Devon Witherspoon, everyone knows about Devon Witherspoon at this point. If not, you've been living under a rock. But we knew he was gonna have a special second year. But 3rd out of 94 corners at an 85.3 grade out of the slot. And then a respectable 64.3, 46th out of 94 from Trey Brown at the Y slot, at the Y corner. And then we go to the D line, Boye Mafe at 74. We have Leonard Williams at a 76.7. The only really spot of concern on the line was Jaron Reed at a 57 or 53.7, excuse me. However, it's okay because my boy Byron Murphy happens to be a rotating piece in this line. And if we rotate in Byron Murphy in that spot, we have blue grades all over on the Seahawks defense. And then to close it out, Derek Hall on the edge, grading out 24th out of 103 edges via PFF. And everything I did, all the grades were via PFF. However, though, we're looking at a sea of blue, as they say over there, in terms of the defense. And the thing is this, Hunter, we know the Patriots offense isn't anything special. And I think that when we look at week one, we can attribute the reality was that the Patriots defense suffocated the Bengals, right? And not that they can't necessarily do that again, right? They definitely can to the Seahawks. But I think that the Seahawks are going to suffocate the Patriots more than the Patriots are going to be able to suffocate them. And that's why I'm going to say that I'm selling this narrative personally.
All right, now I'm going to try to sell you on why you should buy this narrative. The Patriots were top 10 in EPA per play in week one on defense. They tied for the second least amount of points allowed and third least amount of yards allowed. The Pats were 17th in EPA per play on offense in week one, while Seattle was 18th. Seattle defense was top 4 on EPA per play as a whole defense, but when it came to EPA per run, they were 15th, while the Pats ranked 14th in EPA per run on offense. So they were about middle of the pack in running the ball. The Seahawks were about middle of the pack in stopping it. So I think if the Pats do want to win this game, they're going to put the ball on the ground, which, to your credit, that Seahawks defensive line played pretty well, right? But I do think there is a world where they feed Ramondre over and over and over again. He eventually breaks that down a little bit. I guess I'm more focused on the fact of with what the Pats showed week one, is there a chance, would you switch to buying on just the fact of can New England go 500 this year?
Oh, but you know what? Honestly, Hunter, with how they played week one, I can buy that. And I want to add this too, because I want to give Patriots fans some credit. And I think they've been waiting to hear this one. So I want to let them know that I've been paying attention. That I got to give them their credit. Their boy, Keon White. I think the jump that we are going to see this year from Keon White, week one, we're talking all 22 here. The bag that he displayed this year from what we saw last year, he looks like a whole new player this year. And I think we have a chance where Keon White is, in my opinion, easily going to have a 10 plus sack season. And he's going to be one of these guys where he's going to be looking to be one of the sack leaders by the end of the year. And I think Keon White is going to be in that race all year to potentially be the sack leader this year in the NFL. So, to everyone listening, if you don't know about Keon White and you haven't been paying attention to Keon, make sure you start paying attention, because this is a guy who's looking like he's going to be a special player on this Patriots defense for a long time. At the ripe age of, wait, let me just confirm here. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know his age, but I don't want to misspeak. Hold on. Keon White is only 25 years old. So we have a 25-year-old stud on the Patriots defense looking to just terrorize opposing O-lines for the rest of the year. And that's, if you're a Patriots fan after losing Judon, this is literally exactly what you wanted. And, yeah, it wasn't the best week from Josh Uche, but I think Josh Uche is bound to bounce back. And with the duo you have of Uche and Keon White together, I think, right, this whole season, those are two guys that can be wrecking opposing tackles. And with the cornerbacks that they have locking down, Jonathan Jones, right, we have Marcus Jones, and then Christian Gonzalez, who, albeit respectfully, had a pretty rough week one, who I think is going to bounce back just fine. You're starting three corners look really good. We know how it is, Hunter. When you marry that coverage to really good pass rush, beautiful things are bound to happen on defense. So I do truly believe that we were a little bit wrong on this team. I'm willing to go hand up already that I think the Patriots look like they're gonna they're gonna play with that vintage Patriots pedigree. They're bringing back that swag on defense. Not that they ever lost it, but maybe having a little bit more complementary. There's gonna be a little bit more complementary offense on top of the defense. Special teams looks real good again. It's Patriots football without Tom Brady, but the reality is I'm definitely buying potentially 500 this year, Hunter.
I don't know if I am ready to buy the 500, but I will buy that they probably will be a little bit of a better team than I expected. Now, I think to argue that before we move on to one of your buys and sells, the Bengals start historically slow. So they may
and we always address that.
Yeah.
It's the running joke. It's one of the running jokes on the channel. We definitely always address that. So it definitely, to that point, it is definitely worth bringing up as well. Because if you're a Patriots fan, you should be excited, but also hesitant. But I think more than anything, you should be more excited than hesitant.
Go ahead with your buy and sell.
All right. So here's my first narrative for you, Hunter. And I'm sorry, Rams fans. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm objective. I had to.